My name is Sinead Heaney. I'm an Investment Director with Development Capital, and we are managing the BDO Development Capital Fund. It's a €75 million fund which will target mid-sized, high-growth companies turning over between 15 and 50 million. And the idea is to provide them with growth capital to assist them to achieve their growth plans. We have put together a unique partnership approach, so it brings together our fund management experience together with our corporate funding partners, which include Ireland's leading corporates, Glanbia, CRH, Glendimplex and Bank of Ireland. And in addition to funding, these partners bring international experience and contacts which our investee companies can avail of.
So what we have here today, just like we had some time ago with the first Development Capital Fund, we have a second Development Capital Fund of 75 million. But it is bringing great domain expertise, if you like. And when you see names like Dennis Brosnan, Alan Crosby, Jim Mountjoy, Helen Ryan, Owen O'Driscoll, these are, and Noel Kelly, these are all iconic names in their own sector who've driven high-performance companies who've internationalised very successfully. It's a really exciting announcement, and I'm thrilled to be here with Sinead and Julie to be part of it.
Very often we bandy about terminology such as smart money, but actually I think today it really is something which we're absolutely delighted from an Enterprise Ireland perspective, because not only is there 75 million available to support the growth of the companies, but we have the advisory board which the Minister has referred to, many of whom are here today, and that advisory panel brings masses of experience across all sectors of Irish industry in terms of the sectors which this fund will be helping to support.
We as fund manager have partnered with both world-class leading corporates and industry experts to provide our investee companies with not only the funding but the experience and the international reach to assist them to achieve their growth plans. So some facts about the fund. It's a €75 million fund, and we will be investing in mid-sized SMEs with ambitious management teams and significant growth opportunities. The fund will invest between 2 and 10 million for a 5-year investment term, and over the coming weeks we will be hosting events throughout the country to provide these details about the fund to intermediaries. Thank you.
It has brought together a group of really strong investors and business advisors. So it's quite different from many of the other offers in the market at present, in that it really brings smart money to the table, as we would see it, in that there's a really strong group of high calibre individuals who will be there to support the growth of the companies in addition to the funding that has been provided by the shareholders.
Well, it's the stage that the Development Fund addresses, the stage of development of companies. There's early stage, which is normally financed by friends and family. And then you have the seed capital stage, and then the important stage is to now transform a company which has begun to be an idea that's supported into making it into a real company. That's the stage the Development Fund is at, and there has been an absence of a Development Fund in Ireland, so it fills like an appropriate gap.
Well, typically what you have for companies who are looking for development capital are companies that have grown very fast. Usually they've grown with the assistance of some seed money, but more typically with the assistance of considerable bank money. The growth and the expansion of the companies has got to a level where there's a need for equity to come into the company to enable the bank to continue to support them and to continue to support their expansion. So the bank would see this as very much the fund acting as a lever to enable us to continue to lend increasing amounts of money to these companies to enable them to fund their own expansion.
Well, I think ideally you need a company that has some reasonable traction, has some profit, some level of profitability, so they're past the kind of start-up stage, and then where they can see opportunities in export markets, as in the US or Asia particularly, where they can see opportunities there, but they just need some help in actually getting at those. And I'd say particularly the challenge can be that it takes a number of years often of investment to deliver those results, and that they have both the funding to do that and maybe some expertise that can tap into, like for example some of the corporate investors in this fund, but also some of the people on the advisory panel.
It's one thing to have the money to expand, but when you arrive in a new country that you don't understand the culture, you don't have enough business contacts, it's great help to have somebody around who can sit down with you over dinner, have a chat about what needs to be done, who the key contacts are, even just a sounding board for some of the business practices in some of these places that can be a little bit different from what we're used to back home.
Well, the Glendiplex way, I guess, is to have your market research undertaken, have a very, very clear objective as to what you're seeking to achieve, and thankfully over the years our methodology has proven to be successful.
If we can short circuit some of the errors that people naturally make, with guidance and help, well then that adds value to the money, and that helps the process of making the company stronger.